Yeah, I mean, Mismo Sol is a very summer-like song, and also many tracks of the album are like that as well. But I think I don't really want it to relate directly to the summer. I just wanted to relate to the feeling that people have in the summer and I have in the summer. That is like having a good time and not really worrying about everything. And it also is the same time as the summer because people have holidays and they can just relax. But exactly. So I hope that when people are listening to the song that they can disconnect from everything and feel like they're maybe in summer or just relaxing from all the problems. That's what happens to me anyway. When I started, my parents, they gave me an electric piano when I was 10 years old, and that's when I was living in Tokyo in Japan. And and then I started in school singing in the choir and I had a band in school also. And in the end, then I don't know. I was 16. I started to record some songs by myself and writing songs. And then I had a band with my brother in Spain. We wrote 2 albums, and then I decided finally to make my own one in Spanish, and see how that goes. And here we are. For me, I mean, it was very oriented of what my family did, of course. So we used to, even when I was in Japan the 7 years, we always flew back to Barcelona in summer. So my summer were always in the Costa Brava in Spain, up north of Barcelona. And I mean, it's very simple. It's just going to the beach and relaxing, then having some food, which is very important in summer. Maybe having a little siesta and then showering and going out to dinner with the friends. And that's like, it's very simple, but it's very effective for relaxing. I really love A Good Time by Owl City. Because I also met them when they played in Barcelona, and I got to hang out with the guitarist of Owl City. It was really cool. He was half Austrian, so it was a cool connection. And also I think that song is like one of the craziest ones. And La Camisa Negra and La Tortura by Shakira and Alejandro Sanz. Those are really cool. But Good Time is really one of the craziest ones. It's very positive, and I those positive energies is the ones that I hope to transmit also with my music. Probably the musical I mean, I was going to a German school in Japan, so I was not in the pure Japanese culture like a Japanese school and everything. But as I said before, we always had a lot of musical influences in school there. And everyone was really close. The school in Japan was only like 500 students, and we were 20 in our class. So it was really familiar. And we always went to, the really cool thing was the karaoke. We always went to karaoke.
I love the karaoke in Japan.
It's perfect because we couldn't go to the disco because we were too young. And in Japan, you have to be 21 to drink alcohol and to go to a disco. So everything was banned for us. So we spent like 5 hours in the karaoke singing, and we couldn't like speak the next day. But it was really fun. It was really good. Many songs, but I even if you don't believe it, I like Linkin Park a lot. So in the end, but Linkin Park is like I also like to rap. I sing both, actually. I try to sing both. The screaming part in the end, and I think it's a cool challenge and it's very energetic. But I also sang like things from Take That and Backstreet Boys. That's like a classical thing to sing in karaoke, Britney Spears, and that's really fun. So probably those. I mean, I think you have to go through different. And my musical experience was also very like a therapy sometimes when I was writing songs. So I have songs in every style because I like to. Normally, I don't even show them to people. It's just for me to I know, release some stress sometimes or whatever, or feel kind of different things. Normally I first write the music and then the lyrics. So it's exactly then usually what I do is I listen to the music, to the instrumental song, and then I try to figure out what I feel in that moment and what the song transmits. And from that I go. But in this album, there's almost only like personal experiences, also sometimes a bit exaggerated, but they're always based on true stories. and of course, like you said, sometimes it's also like a bit of a therapy to write down your feelings and that really helps. And then I don't know, I feel that I've put it in a song, and I feel happy that it's there, and I can always listen to it, and it reminds me of how I felt then. Even if I sometimes don't feel it afterwards, I really, it's about the moment of that time. Yeah. Well, the most important one is be passionate with it and work really hard. I mean, it's I haven't just started yesterday, so it's I've been just doing music now for 4 years, and I mean, while I was making music, and in the end, and in the beginning, it didn't always work out that well. So I was working in different places and not really having time for one thing. But I think you have to focus on the one thing you want, and I mean, in the end, sooner or later, if you're passionate and you like it, and you're always doing that and sacrificing some things sometimes for it, then I think only good can happen. Yeah. Okay. It's I am very lucky at home because my mom she's a very good cook, and she's a chef of a Japanese restaurant in Barcelona. So if you're ever in Barcelona, you have to go to the restaurant. And because she also took that experience from Japan and she put it into the kitchen. And so I actually love Japanese food. Of course, in Japan it's really, really good. Here, in Europe it's hard to find as good as. I've been spoiled a little bit by the Japanese origin food. But I also like a lot of. Everywhere I go, everywhere I travel for promotion or wherever, I try to eat the local food because I think food is part of the culture of the country. So if I get to know the food better, I get to know the people better also. But Mediterranean and Japanese for me is one of the best. Yeah. No, it's just Spanish. Yeah. I don't know. I think I will stay. For now, I will just stay in Spanish. But you never know. My album is we try to keep the same style throughout the whole album in the production, but we also have a lot of dynamic. So I wanted to make a bit of a dynamic album because myself I don't like to listen to albums where all the songs are the same. So I hope that people can appreciate the dynamic of the album, and we also actually have some ballads in there too, some down-tempo songs. It's not only like party all the time. So it's I'm not that person anyway. So I'm not always having parties. So I also relax and that's what I wanted to get in. So it's a very I think dynamic is the word. Goes up and down and tells a story. That's what I wanted to say. We've done a showcase in Barcelona, and that was with family and friends and all the press in Barcelona. And that was really exciting. We have we're 6 in the band, so including me, we're 6, and so it's a very dynamic band. We have one guy is playing the congas and the marimbas at the same time, and the shakers. So everything is moving all the time. We don't have like fixed instruments, and I'm playing the guitar, the piano, and just vocals sometimes. So I'm also moving, and that's like very dynamic. And I think the experience in Barcelona and the concert was that it was a very energetic concert, and it's just about having fun. And if I'm having fun, then people are having fun, and hopefully everything connects with people. That's my experience. Yeah.